Hello and welcome. This is The Verdict, where we bring you trending issues and developments around the nation and beyond, with a view to informing, educating, as well as helping you to arrive at your own verdict. My name is Komi Olatoye. A warm welcome to you. Now, I want somebody to help me out here. I'm a man in quandary, and my interactions with many people suggest I'm not alone in this fait accompli that stares us in the face regarding the forthcoming elections, especially the presidential poll. That for the first time in the return to democracy in 1999, Nigerians may be faced with two top contenders who may not necessarily be their choice. In an earlier episode of the program, we amplified the concern of many regarding the fitness, body and soul of the incumbent, which they believe will impact his performance irrespective of his good intentions. However, today we'll be looking at the other top contender, the major opposition candidate who many regard as the most morally burdened candidate in the race. Atiku Abubakar has had to weather bad storm, endure bad jokes, and put on the spot concerning his life and times in both private and public office. Peradventure, his Achilles' heels is his 8 years in office as vice president, where can of worms are still being ripped open to the putrid smell of sleaze and compromise. Though none of these have been proved in the law court as required, the allegations refuse to disappear, and they remain stuck to him like Atlas, who carries the weight of the world upon his shoulders. Wow. But if a man has a load of butts signposting his service to the people in time past, should such be rewarded with higher service? More importantly, why should Nigerians be stuck to this choice as one of the popular candidates? Now that's on the one side. Have you ever considered the company that the PDP candidate keeps? Now, it's not just about the party that has been condemned for ruling for 16 years of the most cancerous period in the history of Nigeria. Both parties, that is APC and PDP, have shared the functionaries of that era almost equally. But what I mean is what Atiku presidency portends if it happens. Have you thought of Saraki returning to the Senate and most probably as the head of legislature? Can any legislature be worse than the 8th Assembly he currently superintends? Maybe you haven't thought of somebody like Ayo Fayoshi against strutting the corridors of power, perhaps as a cabinet minister. A reputable audit firm just gave an analysis of his years of locust and brigandage in Ekiti State. Then think of the remnants with the same ideology of share the money, phony contracts, budget padding, rentier economy, and many oddities that truncated the 60 years run of the once largest party in Africa. Many have likened the vote for the candidate as a return to Egypt. That is, if you are very familiar with the biblical story of the Israelites and the journey out of bondage. But here we are, set between the rock and a hard place. That is, between an old and tiring, perhaps ailing Muhammadu Buhari, and trust and integrity challenge Atiku Abubakar. What sort of structure throws up our worst 11 in positions of leadership? That is the structure that needs to be interrogated and thrown overboard most urgently. That is our verdict. What is yours? Let's keep the conversation going on our social media platforms. Watch past editions of the program on YouTube AN24 TV. Thanks for watching. I'm Komi Olatoye. Goodbye.